Finally, it's here. The most fabulous, nut-free, oil-free, soy-free, delicious cheese sauce that you could possibly ever want. I love a good cashew cheese sauce, and in the vegan world, when you think of vegan cheeses, typically they're going to include cashews. But maybe you or someone in your family is allergic to nuts, so you can't use them, or you're going somewhere where nuts aren't allowed. So in today's video, in addition to sharing this really good cheese sauce, I'm going to also share some cheesy fries and a really good cheesy pinto bean dip. Definitely try the cheese sauce. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and let me know if you think I should include it in my next cookbook. For the base of this, we're using cauliflower and sweet potato. I'm using about a pound of cauliflower, which is about 4 cups, and I'm chopping it into bite-sized florets. I'm peeling 1 large sweet potato, about 13 ounces, and roughly cubing it to about this size here. Taking 8 cups of vegetable broth, putting it into a soup pot, bringing it to a medium boil. Once it's boiling, I'm gonna carefully add in the cauliflower and the sweet potato, and then slightly cover it with a lid and cook it until it's fork tender. For me, that was about 8 minutes. Reserve about a cup of the cooking liquid. Then drain the cauliflower and the sweet potato in a colander, and then transfer the veggies to a high-speed blender. I'm using half a cup of nutritional yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of chickpea miso, 2 teaspoons of yellow mustard, and 2 garlic cloves. Adding in a 1/4 cup of sunflower seeds just to make it a little bit creamy, but have it nut-free. Add the cup of reserved cooking liquid as well as 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And then you're just gonna blend this on high for around 3 minutes. You want it to be creamy and smooth so that when you pour it out, it really does resemble a cheese sauce. And that's my take on a super delicious nut-free cheese sauce that is oil-free, soy-free, gluten-free, all the free, and also you're getting a bunch of hidden veggies inside. Let's make some vegan cheesy fries now with this same nut-free cheese sauce. So I'm preheating the oven to 450. I'm using 2 pounds of gold potatoes just because I like the way they taste the most. Peel them, cut them into skinny pieces. I'm going for shoestring fries here, placing those in a large mixing bowl, and I'm sprinkling about a half a teaspoon of garlic powder and half a teaspoon of salt, adding a tablespoon of water, and optionally you could totally put 1 spray of like an avocado oil if you'd like. Now I like to do this in a bowl because it does combine better, but you can always just do this on the baking sheet. So I've got a parchment paper lined baking sheet here, and whenever you're making fries in the oven, just do your best to not let them overlap. Popping that in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. To me, the key to making oil-free or almost oil-free French fries crispy is leaving them in long enough at a high heat, like 450 Fahrenheit. You'll be able to see when they're ready because they start to bubble up, and that's how you know they're gonna get to that crispy level. Top it with the nut-free cheese sauce. And I've put a tablespoon of fresh chives on top. We think this one is a winner around here, and we really, really like it. My kids like it too. And if you want to make it a little bit spicier, I would totally recommend adding some sriracha. There's actually some pretty healthy brands of sriracha out there now that you can have and do it guilt-free. To make these cheesy pinto beans, I am taking about an 1/8 cup of water, 2 garlic cloves that I've minced up, and I'm just water frying that real quick. I'm adding 2 cups of cooked pinto beans. You could do a full can of pinto beans if you want. I'm placing these in the Vitamix and just mashing them up until they kind of resemble refried bean consistency. And Eli's been filming with Kris, and he's really, really enjoying it. You're gonna add the beans from the blender, add a 1/4 teaspoon smoked paprika and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin. Turn it down to low and just stir this to combine for about a minute. Eli actually got some really great shots and they're part of this video. He did really good. Now you're gonna add about a half a cup of the nut-free cheese sauce. And again, this can be done over a low heat or you could turn it all the way off. Combine it until it's nice and smooth and creamy. And if you'd like to, you can add 2 dashes of hot sauce, which is what I did. And it was so delicious. I popped a few corn tortillas in the toaster and put a little bit of salt on them and made tortilla chips. And I added some salsa that I had in the fridge. So good, so delicious, and I've got to give props to my second cameraman. Oh, these recipes are so good, and I hope you try them out this week. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And you can watch even more cheesy videos, which I have a lot of on this channel, right up here. And if you want to support my video production, you can always do that on Patreon. I'll see you guys next week. Wishing you all the health. Mwah. You know, we probably have a better chance in the South, get a mansion. Flowers